Around 10 months ago, I showed how to get the offline rewrite project for Uta-Macross up and running on your Android phone. The project has matured significantly since then. It still has its issues. It's mainly unplayable on my Sony Xperia phone. I don't know why it's still unplayable, but unfortunately for that phone, it's just unplayable. With that said, things have changed and it seems to be able to run on more modern phones relatively fine. This is my most recent relatively modern phone purchase. It's a Motorola G 5G 2024. It's a budget smartphone you get from like Best Buy, Walmart, and whatnot for about $100. And ironically, this is not a bad smartphone. And when it comes to running Uta-Macross, I want to say it's 99% compatible because I am having issues full combing songs, so I don't know if it's still having note stuttering issues. But generally speaking, this thing performs completely fine. And again, it's like $100 smartphone. It's running Android 14 on top of that. So again, the project has matured significantly since I initially did that video. I'm very impressed to see it's in the state it's in right now. But with that all said, we're here for the main show. Getting Uta-Macross up and running on a Quest 2, Quest 3, and theoretically, I don't have a Quest 3S, but I don't see why the methods I'm going to be showing how to get it up and running on these two headsets wouldn't work on the 3S, but still, I'm going to show you how to get Uta-Macross up and running on a Quest 2 or Quest 3 again. Theoretically, Quest 3S, because the Quest 3S is just a Quest 3 in the shell of a Quest 2. With that also said, there are some little caveats. The big one is Uta-Macross, for some reason or another, will sometimes note stick. I'll show you exactly what that is in a little bit, but it makes it near impossible to full combo a song whenever the note sticking starts happening, because I have no idea what the cause of the issue is. I don't know if it's headset related. I don't know if it's touch controller related, or if it's just the game itself being, well, freaking out because it's running in a VR headset in a emulation window and it not knowing what to make heads or tail of what's going on from time to time, because it seems to also be random. Sometimes it only happens once, sometimes it happens very consistently, and other times it just don't happen at all. So again, I don't know what the issue is. It may be fixable, it may not. I don't know. I just gotta document it, upload this video, and hopefully the people that are doing the rewrite project can look into it. Doubtful, because let's be honest, this game was never meant to be running in a VR headset in the first place. It is more just, if you want to play Uta-Macross on a VR headset with a big old screen, this is how you do it. Now, for the first part of this video, I'll be doing my Quest 2, because, well, more people will probably have the Quest 2 than the Quest 3. I'll be showing what it's like to run on the Quest 3 after I get done with the Quest 2, and that'll be towards the end of the video. But if you want a summary on which two of these headsets are better, the Quest 3 is the better option. It performs significantly better than the Quest 2. But if you also want to get a Quest 2 but not spend the upwards of like, what, $500, $600 at the same cost, just get the Quest 3S. Is again just the Quest 3 in the shell of a Quest 2. It has all the same specs and whatnot, excluding the pancake lenses and whatnot. So with that said, I'll be streaming my Quest 2 to my smartphone that's connected to my TV here. So it won't be like buttery smooth and whatnot. It may stutter from time to time on screen itself, but when it comes to actually viewing it from the headset itself, it's relatively basically smooth and whatnot. So with that said, I'm going to get my camera set up and come back. Due to this part of the video going to be probably the longest part, I'll have a timestamp in the description below and hopefully on screen somewhere for you to go to if you just want to go directly to the tutorial portion of this video. The reason why I want to add this to the video is because, well, I want to show what it's like to actually play this game on the Quest 2 and Quest 3 and show off the note sticking issue that I mentioned earlier, because it's random. Sometimes it doesn't happen, other times it's a freaking phenomenon. It makes it near impossible or impossible to even do songs. So with that said, let me first make sure you can actually see what's going on, and you can. So I think for the first start of this game, I'll just run it in window mode. You should hopefully be hearing some audio from my headset. I don't know how loud it'll be. I want to at least hear something. With that also said, you'll probably notice like there's a significant time delay between what's happening on my headset and the TV showing it off because again I'm casting it. So with that said, again I am using my Quest 2, so you'll be seeing what's like to play on the Quest 2. And like I mentioned earlier, the performance or the frame rate and whatnot isn't going to be represented properly through casting. It is fairly smooth on the Quest 2. It does struggle from time to time, but compared to probably what you're seeing right now, it's far more better on the Quest 2 in person. And as you saw by that, I've been trying to do this portion of the video for a while now, and I'm thinking this might be the final version. So with that said, let's start off with this song here. That's a note stick right there. Another one right there. Oh, that's a severe one right there. That's another one. As you can also tell, my skills do not translate well from smartphone to VR. I got a lot of retraining to do if I want to play this game any form of consistent, if the note sticking issue can actually somehow be resolved. Again, I don't know if it can because I don't know what the actual cause is. And I don't even know if the debug will actually recognize it because I'm fairly certain it's something to do with the either touch sensitive controllers or something to do with the headset itself. If there was a way to turn off the actual touch sensitivity for the buttons, I would do that because, for instance, if I just place my hand onto or my finger onto the button, you can see the controller responds even though I'm not pressing down on it. If that stupid little touch feature bullshit can be disabled, I'll disable it outright, but I don't know if there's a way to disable it. And obviously I have developer mode enabled on this thing because, well, without it you won't be able to get this game up and running in the first place on the headset. Obviously, more slower, less complex songs are easier to do. But with that said, these slower, less complex songs will still also have note sticking. Like I said, they're fairly inconsistent. That song right there, not a single note stick at all. So with that said, I'll play a few more times to see if I can get it to actually happen. Oh, I forgot to mention, what am I using to actually control everything? Well, I'm using the buttons, the A and I believe the X button. You can use the triggers, but for me, I tend to use buttons because they're a little more precise than the triggers. Mainly because when I depress the triggers, they respond far more quick. We depress the buttons, they respond significantly more quicker than the trigger will. But for the giggles, I will play this song again, but with the triggers this time. And I missed that time because the controllers decided to go, nope, I'm going, oh, there's a stick right there. These triggers suck. I'm going back to buttons. Why did that count as a miss? Oh, that's why, because there's a stick right there. Look, I'm not touching this controller and it's still doing it. That's a stick right there. I'm not touching anything. So what I'm going to do, since I was both using triggers when it stuck, and then I swapped over to buttons when it stuck, it doesn't matter if you use triggers or buttons, you'll still get a note stick. And on top of that, if the controllers go away like they did right here before a song starts, and you try to do an interaction, you'll miss because for some dumb reason on the Quest 2, Quest 3, and probably Quest 3S, the controllers will just randomly go, oh, I don't see you anymore, so I'm going to go stop working. And you gotta physically press the buttons on both controllers to get them to show back up again. Why they do this, I don't know. Probably battery save. If there's a way to disable that too, because that's really fucking annoying, I'll be able to turn it off and I'll do it in a heartbeat. Because when I'm playing this game, I don't want the controllers to go away. I want it to stay active at all times. Now, if I was like doing something for like VLC and whatnot, yes, I want the controllers to go away. But when I'm playing a game like Uta-Macross, I want the controllers to stay active at all times. So, with that said, let's play the song one more time. Yes, I'm rambling because, well, the Quest series has stupid features that I wish I can disable. Especially the stupid touch sensitivity controllers, and that stupid controller is going away. Why did it say I didn't hit when I hit that? Whatever. That's a miss. Other than me missing a few notes, no note stick at all. When previously I had multiple note sticks before. Again, it's inconsistent. I don't know what the cause is. And I am being harsh because I obviously need to be because I don't know what the problem is. But again, even with these issues, it's still something cool. At least for me, I find it cool to be able to just hook up my VR, the power on my VR headset, put it in my head, and practically I have like a, I don't know how big this would actually be in real life, like maybe a 100-inch screen in front of you, to play freaking Uta-Macross. That's just something really cool. Now, obviously, this is still a gimmick because, well, it very much has its issues that limit what it can do. But, again, maybe they can be fixed down the road. I highly doubt it, though. But who knows? Maybe it can be fixed. So, for giggles, let's end with this song here. One thing I need to remember to do when it comes to wearing my headsets is to always be blinking my eyes. That's one of the reasons why I don't play my heads. That's one of the reasons why I don't use these VR headsets that often, because if I don't blink too long, I actually risk scratching my cornea the following morning. And it really sucks when you scratch it. Even if it's a small scratch, it's enough to screw your whole day up. And sometimes they're so bad, I gotta go to the freaking eye specialist to get a stinking patch on my eye. It sucks. But still, playing Uta-Macross on these things with its issues, it's still, again, a fun little experience, even if it is just a gimmick for the time being. Yep, I think I had a note stick. And that one was just a possible note stick. I'm not 100% certain. I'm going to say 99% certain I had a note stick, but it only happened once, and it was at the very beginning. Either way, like I said, if it happens, it messes everything up. And of course, I need a lot more practice in before I can actually even full combo the most basic of song. But again, when it comes to playing Uta-Macross on this thing, and even though I sounded harsh because, well, I am a little annoyed that it note sticks, and when it does it, it's random on top of that. Even though I'm being harsh about it, playing this game on a VR headset is a fun experience, at least for me. And of course, you can still do other things like interact with the characters. And of course, swap them out and everything else. You're basically playing Uta-Macross, but in a VR space and whatnot, which again, like I said, is a fun little experience. Again, even if it is just classified now as just a little tech demo, basically, or something like that. But yeah, with that said, let's now go on to the process of actually getting Uta-Macross up and running on your Quest 2, Quest 3, or Quest 3S if you want to go this route also. Personally, I think it's fun to do just to try it out for a little bit. Now on to the tutorial of getting the offline rewrite project up and running on your VR headset. So the first thing we need to do is that we need to get the Yuma server back up and running. I'm putting this video together thinking you remembered how to do this before or already done it in the past and you remember how to do it. But for those that don't remember or are coming to this video from a completely different from wherever and don't know how to set up the server, it's fairly simple. I'll be putting a link in the description below. It'll be the first URL. It'll link to my previous video on setting a game up for your smartphone and whatnot. This will be that linked video. You just need to go to this timestamp right here and more or less watch all the way up to about more or less here or so, because by then you'll have the Yuma server all up and running and ready to go. So once you get the server up and running, next step we need to do is we need to get a dev mode enabled on our Quest VR headset of choice, and then also get a program installed called SideQuest. For that, I'm going to be linking to another YouTube video. It will be this video right here that will walk you through the process of getting dev mode enabled on your VR headset, and of course getting SideQuest installed on your computer. You just need to watch all the way up to 5 minutes 10, and then once you hit that timestamp, you can come back to my video. Alright, assuming you got everything set up with the headset of choice and you still have it connected to the computer with SideQuest still open and whatnot, next thing we need to do is we need to go to the GitHub for the offline rewrite project. We go to latest release, we download the APK file for it, let that download, then we minimize that or close out Chrome. Then we go to this little icon right here, which is for installing APKs from computer. We click that. A window will open up. Then we go to wherever the APK downloaded. We double click it. We let SideQuest do its thing. It'll install it directly to the headset, and you'll eventually get all tasks complete, and you should get a successful. So with that done, now we disconnect it from the computer, and we now go through the process of getting everything set up on the headset itself. Also, I would suggest more than likely also getting, you should get the Yuma server up and running prior to doing anything on the headset, because once you start things on the headset, you'll need some way to transfer the files, and well, you'll need a Yuma server for that. So with that said, let me get everything set up back again with that TV, and I'll run through the process of getting Uta-Macross up and running on the headset. So give me a little bit. I would suggest watching this part before donning the headset and doing everything yourself. With that said, let's now show you what you need to do next. So with the APK finally installed, you need to go to Library. You'll now have a folder with a question mark. You open that folder, you'll notice we now have Uta-Macross there. So we just go and launch it. And of course, the Yuma server should still be up and running on your computer. And we'll get a few pop-ups. Just let the game do its thing. And as you can see, we're already starting in the process of getting all the stuff downloaded. So what I suggest doing next is you go to here, create cheat account, and then just tap wherever on the screen. You'll get another one right there. Just let it do its thing. And now you're basically just downloading all the assets like you did on your smartphone, but this time you're doing it in VR on your headset. Now this will obviously take a while depending on your internet speed and whatnot. So one thing I would also suggest you do is you take a little duct tape and put it on the little proximity sensor of your headset. That way, so it just doesn't randomly just shut off and whatnot. Another thing I would suggest you do, let me get this fully underway first. All right, So, like I was trying to say, one thing I would suggest you do on top of that is go into power settings. Go to, where is it? Power. And turn this off. Turn display off to 4. And of course, turn sleep mode off to 4. That way, so on top of the duct tape you put on the little sensor that lets the headset know that you're actually viewing things and whatnot, it just doesn't turn off, because if it does turn off, the downloads will stop. So since this will take a little while, you could either just have the headset on your head, or you can take it off, put that little piece of duct tape on the little sensor, and just put the headset down and like let it charge and whatnot. Because as you can see with mine's already at 27%, so it obviously needs to be charged before I can do anything else, or at the very least be put on the charger. So with that said, I'm going to let this download as normal, but off camera, because this will take a little while, and I'll come back when it's near complete. Earlier I said I'll be showing what's like to play this game on my Quest 3, but I just remembered that it doesn't matter if I'm casting from the Quest 2 or the Quest 3. The performance is basically the same, so it's still going to look choppy, it's still going to have low frame rate, it's just generally not going to look that good. So you just got to take my word for it that when it comes to the Quest 2 and the Quest 3, the Quest 3 it performs significantly better. But like I said, both the headsets still do suffer from the note sticking issue. I don't know, like I said, what causes it. I don't know if it will be fixable. And, well, as it currently stands, playing Uta-Macross on a VR headset is more of a niche concept and just fun to do. But if you want to do anything like actual be competitive, or at least have consistency with notes and whatnot in song play, it's currently not doable. But like I said before, playing the game even on these headsets just in general is just a fun experience, at least again for me. And again, if you want to do it, that's why I want to show this or do a tutorial to show how it's done. Because again, it's a fun little experience. And plus, once you actually finally enable dev mode and get side quests installed on your computer, you can put other Android games on here. Heck, I even have VLC on my Quest 3, and I'm about to watch the whole of Macross Delta on my Quest 3 and have that big old screen and whatnot. So, yeah, I've opened myself up to a significant new world of capabilities with my Quest 3 since I got side quests installed on my computer and whatnot. So, like I said before, I'll come back when this is nearly complete. Alright, it is almost done. It's now done downloading. So next step is going to do a file check, or file integrity check. This again will take a little bit, so not to bore you, I'll come back when it's near done. Alright, it is almost done. And if everything goes planned, or goes as normal, you should just do that little click thing and give it a little time to load. Again, if you're on a Quest 3, it'll load significantly quicker. But again, since I'm doing this on a Quest 2, because the majority of people will probably just have a Quest 2, that's why I will take a... I forget what I was trying to say. Well, whatever, it's loading. And just like that, Uta-Macross is now installed on your VR headset. And you can freely do whatever you want with it now. Of course, I'm just going to dump it to fear mode. And I'm going to customize Frey Frey. Alright, and just like that, I'm good to go. And of course, if you're done, you can just close it out. And if you want to relaunch it again, it should be either here. And if not, just go to here. And of course, go to the question mark with the folder with the question mark again and launch it from there too. But since the majority I'll be playing either this or VLC, mine should theoretically be over here. But I think I can probably just like press and hold and actually move it to its own little individual place. Maybe? I can actually do this. Oh, okay, so that's how you launch it too. Okay, well, whatever. Again, like I said earlier, I scratch my cornea if I wear these things too often. So I don't know all the intricacies of these VR headsets. I like them and they're fantastic to use when I use them, but I got to weigh the consequences of me using these headsets with me willing to put up with scratching my cornea the next morning. I mean, luckily I am learning how to properly combat it, but still, when I scratch my cornea, it freaking sucks. If anything, I just need to remember to blink my eyes whenever I'm using these stupid things. I really wish there was a way I can just make this whole thing here just a big black nothing and just have all the horsepower that this headset has just dedicated to this one little task. But whatever. Alright, so with that, I think that's pretty much sums up the rest of it, or that's pretty much it for this tutorial, and hopefully I was able to be cognitive enough and explain everything properly enough to allow you to also get Uta-Macross installed on your Quest headset of choice. So with that said, I think I can end the video here.